2B, Unit 9, work prepping for Assessment 2, counting principle, put the letter D next to that puzzle, E next to that puzzle, then we'll switch to the geometric sequence and series, A, B, C, and then that should be enough for now. We're okay, no one got shot. Here are some formulas you may be familiar with. Y equals mx plus what? Anybody know? Yeah, y equals mx plus b. Here's another one you might know. These are puzzles. Here's one puzzle, b plus or minus square root of b squared minus what, anyone?
Or AC.
You can't see Donna, but she has highlighters in her glasses. I'm not saying she's crazy, but she's not going to be able to be called Dana, I'll tell you that much. All right, what's the 2A's on the bottom? There's a puzzle. Once you know the puzzle, you can put it in the pieces. These aren't important to what we're going to do. They're important to say, if you've done one formula, you've done them all. They have letters. You find out what the letters equal. You plug them in all except for one letter, and then you either A, work it out, or that's it. So let's start plugging in pieces to these puzzles. I may explain what they mean eventually, but for now, let's stop. We're about to deal with a sequence versus a series. Let's find out who knows stuff already so that I know the stuff that I've taught versus the stuff you already know. Step 1. What is the difference between a sequence and a series? I'm just going right at it. Sequence and a series. Oh, that's right. Yeah. What if they don't know what a sequence is? And they can't tell. As far as numbers are concerned, anybody know what a sequence is? They're thinking very hard right now. All right, number 7 is a sequence. Anybody know the next 3 numbers in the sequence?
15, 18,
21. That is correct. Let me do a shorter sequence. Let's do that. Your 3, 6, 9. Anybody know the series of this sequence? I hope I'm asking it right. The series of that sequence.
Is that what you do to get
No, even that's a good line of thinking. When I say series, you're like, oh, why didn't you just say that? The series of these numbers. Let me use another one in just a second. I want to give somebody a chance who may know it. Should I be recording this part when I'm asking a question or just the work I'm doing? But then, how would they know this part? You know what I'm saying? Like if they, that's tough. When you watch it, fast forward. How about that? Let me ask this question. What is the sum of this sequence? Oh, yeah. The sum of this sequence really is 18. Just like in Chinese, anybody have any idea kind of what I said a little bit?
Do you speak English?
Yeah, you're right. Do you speak English? And the idea is that if you know what they're asking you, it's the same question, just a different language. You answered the question when I asked, what is the sum? And then you ask the same question again with, what is the series of that sequence? You want to know the series of that sequence? Okay, that didn't go the way I thought. Oh, thank you! So series and sum mean the same thing in this case. So when they say, what is the series of the following numbers? That means add up the numbers until you get to the end. The sequence is just listing a group of numbers in a particular order with separated by commas. Dang, sorry people. All right, number 1, because the difference between each numbers, how much space is between each numbers, is a 3. I'm going to put a plus 3 to get here. I wish my writing utensil wasn't so... You know what I'm doing? You see what I'm saying? Is plus 3 to get to the 5, plus 3 to get to the 8, plus 3. Even though it's a positive 3, it's actually called the common difference. Go ahead and mess around with that. Common difference represented by the letter D. the way you get it without having to figure it out, you simply do this. If you've ever been to the water fountain in elementary school, there's the first person there, the second person you want front cuts, back cuts. You take the second guideline, he's 5. You put him above the first guideline, and you subtract. 5 minus 2. Hey, that's a 3. Sweet. Then you take the third guideline, put him above the second guideline. 8 minus 5. Oh, that's also 3. If you want to find out what the pattern is, you always take the next guideline, put him above the guy prior, subtract. You should get the same number. Whatever that number is that you get is called the common difference, or it is your D. So D is 3. Why do I want D? Here are the 3 letters we need. We need an A, we need a D, and we need an N. D is the only one you actually have to work on. The others, they just give you. Here's what I mean. A. A is where it all begins. In other words, if you have a sequence, what is the very first number or the initial term in this sequence?
2.
Yeah, 2. A is 2. Let me give that around the room. It's just so easy, but I'm still going to give it. I'm going to pause on, no. Number 2, let's see. Sure, why not? Alexis, take number 2. I'm going to ask you for the A, or the initial number, or the initial term. 3 is going to go for Alexis, or an A name. Just give Alexis one. I want to say Amadora, but that just doesn't fit right. You know what I mean? It's like from Star Trek, Star Wars. A.M. Ando A.N. So Amanda, you go ahead and take number 3. Let's do Anthony 4, and then 5 we'll do for Leslie. What is that I want you to do? Tell me what A is, the initial term of the sequence. How do you know it's a sequence? There are no plus signs. There are only commas that separate them. All right, go. Alexis, what you got on number 2? I'm going to come back to you. Number 3. Who had 3? Oh, shoot. While I'm asking for A, I am actually asking for the first number in line. So what's the first number in line from left to right in this one? What's the first number in line from left to right in this
The
one?
first number is like 2.
The first number in line. You did the D, which we will need, but for now, just the first number in line. Also, I'm doing math talk. What is the value of A, also known as the initial value? Back to you, Alexis. What you got on number 2? Okay, I'll come back to you. Come back to you. Number 3. What you got, Alexis? Or Amanda?
33.
33 is the first number. That is the initial value. 4. Yeah. 5.
333.
On number 2. All right. And it's all about the language. It's all about the language. So in all of these, we got to get 3 puzzle pieces. On number 1, we have 2 puzzle pieces. 1 more. Plug it in. Punch it into our calculator. Boom. Done. What's the next piece that we need? This formula says we need the letter A, the letter D, the letter N. On your paper, can anyone see it's super small here what N represents? Or is it super small there too? Number in the sequence. In other words, if they want to know what the 32nd number is, they'll just ask for it. Please do me a favor, put an N above 32. Going back around the room. Number 2 goes to Rihanna. Number 3 goes to Anthony. Number 4 goes to Corey. Number 5 goes to Alexis and Amanda. That way I don't have to say their names separately. Here comes your job. I get the answer on number 1. What is the N in number 1? In other words, what number term do they want us to find? All right, number 2. What you got?
26.
Number 3. Number 4. Number 5.
19.
Good. So basically, when they ask you to find the nth term, in this case, that term is 32, 26, 100. You were 4.
Oh.
Fell asleep at the wheel. Number 5. Let's find out who. So here's the deal. You got your puzzle pieces, right? We got an A, we got a D, and we have an N. I am going to be inviting you to put your your three letters. I used to say A and D, so it's the word and. So, but this first time, it's going to be NAD. But eventually we'll switch it to be the something that spells something. Now I'm not going to have enough space on here, neither will you. Eventually we can get some paper. But now what we're going to do is put these puzzle pieces in the formula, punch it into our calculators, and see what it spits out. So here we go. For a while I'm going to ask you to write down the formula so you can get used to it. So let's see, the nth term, another way they're going to write that is T, like a function notation, T of n. T stands for term, n is, hey, which one do you want to know about? Do you want to know about the third one, so a 3? Or do you want to know about the 32nd term, a 32? So here's what we're going to write down. The left side, you will not do any work. It's just the name of the thing. So here it comes. I need to know T of 32. That is, I'm going to know in this list of numbers, instead of adding 3, adding 3, adding 3, adding 3, until I get to the 32nd number that's in there, whatever it will be, just plug it into the formula. So here we go. A is a what? We said A is a 2, plus D, which was a something. What do we say D was? D is a 3. And then, what do we have? N, 32, minus 1. When we do that math problem, you can put it in your calculators. Some of you don't need to. It's going to spit out an answer. Whatever that answer is the 32nd term. Let's pause. The important part of the work, that is the trickiest part, is getting your D. Most of the time it's going to work out nice and easy, so I'm going to have you find the D on number 2, but I'm not going to have you do number 2 maybe. We'll decide. But I want you to find the D on 4, which is going to be a negative number. I want you to experience that, see if it throws you. So do me a favor, take a moment, find the D. That's the common difference, the amount of space between the two numbers. Find the D on number 2, find the D on 4. Your hint is number 4 will have a negative D. On 5, somewhere we put the line below 5, above 6? Okay. Beginning at 6, they ask a different question. But because they want you to do extra work, I decided just to give you part of the problem so that we can just have it in there. Here it comes. For number 6, please write the number 191 is the final number in this sequence. 191. For number 7, the final number in the sequence is 112. Now, these I'm just giving you, there's a way you're supposed to figure it out. But for the purposes of us using the puzzle, I'm at peace giving it to you. And if it comes out where you have to figure it out, I'll give it to you. All right, let's start this one off. With this puzzle, what are the pieces that you need in this one? Number 1, how many numbers are in the sequence? How many terms? So to find my n, that's not a big deal. 3 pieces of the puzzle, I got my n. The 2 new pieces of the puzzle for this question down here is A1, A sub 1, and A sub n. Turns out that A sub 1 is the same A that we had before. A sub 1, you're the first number in the sequence. We just need one more piece of the puzzle. Then you're A sub 1. What does A sub n mean? N means the end of the puzzle. So, or rather the end number of the sequence. Dang, you didn't have to do any work on this. Something ain't right about this. This can't be right. It is. It's too easy. So these 3 pieces we're going to put into that puzzle. Punch it in our calculator. Voila. Done and stinking done. The only trick about putting in your calculator is when there's a fraction in front of something in the calculator, you need to protect the fraction inside of a parenthesis as well as whatever's behind it in a parenthesis. So let's see if we can put in number 6, and then we'll go to the next page. So only one example on this page. So let's put that thing in. Here comes. Write down the formula. I do want you to write down the formula more than once. The sum equals, according to the formula, n over 2. Thomas is right up there. Why would you write that down? So that you don't have to memorize it. By writing it down a bazillion times, it automatically gets inside of you. Oh, can I put in my numbers? Yeah, I just labeled them. Just put them in. So let's see. N is a 20. 20 over deux. I learned my numbers in French for a second. I was going to try to learn my numbers in like 10 different languages or whatever. Since I'm a math teacher, I figured it'd be like kind of cool to know it. 1 is A sub 1. And yeah. Yeah, I learned them like in German or something, but I've forgotten them now. 191. Yeah. This equals the sum. Well, I know some of you can do it by hand. I want you to punch it into your calculator. Yeah, as far as recording. Like running the TV commercial on the kid. Are there any questions? So they're trying to get people not to take drugs, right? So the commercial comes on and it's like a frying pan on fire. This is it's kind of an egg. This is your brain. And frying pan. This is your brain on drugs. Any questions? Yeah, it's an egg. All right, but that's the idea. Like, I don't want my brain on drugs. I thought I got like marijuana. That's like, I don't want my brain on drugs. All right, whatever. Care about that, home people. A sub 1 is the very first number always. 13 is the n. The question is, hey, how do I get that r? Well, you still do the same thing. You put the second guy in line above the first guy in line, but instead of subtracting, you divide. That's why it's called a ratio, because you turn it into a fraction, and a fraction is a division problem. So I put the 4 over the 2. I'm going to divide. That gives me an answer. It gives me a 2. Then I put the 8 over the second guy, the 8. Looks like a 48. 8 over the 4. What answer does that give? It also gives a 2. And yes, if I were to put the 16, but usually by the time you do the first 2, you can do the third one for insurance. If they all come out to the same thing, which they will, you have a common ratio, also known as your R. So the three pieces of this first puzzle are A, N, R. A is a 2. What is N in this one, anyone? 13. And R? 2. You plug it into the puzzle, you do some stuff. If you have a calculator, you're going to be super duper. Without a calculator, you're nothing. Let's try this. Do this setup. Find the A and R on number 2. That's straight talk. I don't pull any punches. I make it happen. If I was a coach and I didn't do that to you, die in the ring. I know you're wondering, like, what is he talking about? We're not in the ring. We're just math. But if this were a movie and you were a boxer, then you'd be in the ring. Or even better, an MMA movie, you can get killed out there. If you have to fight Ronda Rousey, is that her name? Today, you would get hurt if I didn't go hard on you. So that's why I do it. All right. Even if you don't know how to get the R from number 2, still put the numbers where they go. I'll do it in green. Now, because you have a calculator, you don't care how big the numbers are. If this was without the calculator, then you might care a little bit. Can someone tell me what the R is on number 2?
Oh, 3.
3 is close. Minus 3 is close. Tell me how we got the 2's on number 1. Yeah. Got him, coach. Got him, coach. Say it again.
0.3.
Yeah, 0.3.
Keep up.
All right. So
Where'd you get God?
I'm not repeating that. When I was a junior high teacher, there's one guy named Johnny he's a baseball player like the major leagues, or he was, but he was on basketball teams, and so when they would play basketball outside, they were all saying, "Got him, coach."
Yeah, that's what we used to say.
Yeah, that's old school.
What's basketball?
Right. All right. In honor of Johnny, he's not dead though. All right, here comes All right, but we got an R. A and R. We're about to put into the formula to see if your calculators can handle it. What was A in number 2, please?
300. No, 900.
25. Wait,
So you're at House of Tues. Your name isn't Brianna, it's Brianna. It's like, sorry, I had a stroke. All right, here goes number N. What is N in this one? 11. Very nice. And what is R? 0.3. All right, we're going to put that into a formula. She realized that she didn't
And
almost
he's
buy
bald,
and
too.
I think that's what it's like to be on marijuana. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying I think that's it. When the joke isn't really that fun, we're like cracking up. Oh, you did it! Did you say rabbit? That's cool! That's a good one. Yeah, we're gonna
No,
do
they
it.
think that. Have you seen Bugs Bunny with that guy who tries to shoot him?
Well, yeah, I know. I'm saying, but why is it so funny?
Because they think it's you, but the blackbird.
I didn't say that.
That's what they were thinking. Because they.
I don't think they're thinking that. All right, we're recording, so let me try and do this thing. Here comes number. Should I do one or two? Which one? Y'all miss them both. Y'all don't want to choose one? Fine. Number one. Let's see. A. Where's the formula? Shoot, I need the formula over here. Okay. Let's see. All right. Let's move you. Move you. I need the formula, and I have the three pieces of the puzzle. A times R to the something power. A is a 900. I'm gonna put in parentheses. I don't know that I need to, but I'm gonna do it. A is 900. 900. Close it. Times R. R is a 2.
Oh, you just use 900 and then use 2 from number 1.
R is a 2. Oh, I see. It's 0.3. 0.3. Thank you. Thank you. 0.3. 0.3. Right. Exactly. Should I do parentheses? I'm gonna do parentheses for that too. You can parentheses all you want. You can't get in trouble for it. Now I gotta raise stuff to a power. What are you? You're a. I'll even put N. N is a what? Am I green or red? All right. 11 minus 1. I'm gonna put that in parentheses too. 11 minus 1. Yeah, I'm rich in parentheses. I could really just put a 10 in there, but just to show the whole thing. Boom. I'm gonna hit enter and that's it. Did you do that? Or you did something different? Would you say your answer was? All right, Don, let's see what you got. Enter. Booyah. Yeah. Why you hold on me then? Why you? Wherever I put the red, when you plug this one into a calculator, I think you have to do it to make it work. So I'm rich with parentheses, so I'm gonna put a parenthesis around the A. On the top, I know I gotta put it around
One day.
that stuff. And the bottom, plus those big blue ones. That's a lot of parentheses. All right, once you plug those in, we'll call it a day.
Okay, awesome.
So you're trying to split up.
Square up.
Oh, because if you're sideways, you're not really fighting. Yeah, the other one too.
We're good.
What do you think?
1, 1, 9, 5, 7, 2, 0.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
I believe that's incorrect.
Wait.
Let me see what I got there.
Yeah, all right, what you got? That's it. Oh, it's going that way. A was a 5.
Oops.
What'd you get, Anthony?
Did I see that?
No, I can't see it. Just use parentheses around everywhere. Wherever I have a red parentheses, you need parentheses. And I'm right. What was the R? R is a 3 to the 14th power. All over. So minus 3 on the bottom, and then a big one. Maybe it's too big. Maybe it's something. All right, take a look at number 9, the 156.25. We got more than one answer. On number 6, we got this this big super number. But again, if you can set it up, I'm at peace with you. With that said, life is beautiful. We made it through third. It's just Tuesday. Dang it! Okay, we're all done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you so much for coming for your math class here at Public Channel 2, the home of the whole pack.